This is the Japanese word of the week. This week's word is Kamehameha. Kamehameha is the iconic move from the Dragon Ball series by Akira Toriyama sensei, who is amazing. In English it means turtle blight wave, or turtle wave. Kame means turtle, hame means plight, or a slang for, well, you know what. And putting ha at the end of it would mean wave. It was the move created by the character Kame-senin, also known as Muten Roshi, in the Dragon Ball series, which makes the name of the move make even more sense. Anyway, I hear a lot of baka gaijin saying this word wrong. It is not Kamehameha. That is wrong. It is pronounced Kamehameha and nothing else. Be sure to use this word when you travel to Japan. The Japanese would then be impressed by your knowledge of Japanese culture. But that is it for this Japanese word of the week. Be sure to request me on Kameo, and have a good night, evening, morning, or day. Mata ne! This is the Japanese word of the week. This week's word is kuso. Kuso means damn or crap in Japanese, or any other similar words to express frustration. It is considered the only curse word in Japanese, since Japanese is a very delicate, sophisticated language. Unlike crude, barbaric Western languages like English, it doesn't have any curse words. Kuso can also be used to make compound words, such as kusogaki, which is the combination of kuso and the word gaki, which means brat, to create shitty brat, which can be useful if you encounter a rude child in Japan. But that won't happen, because Japanese people are polite. There's also the word kusoge, which is a portmanteau between the words kuso and game, meaning games, which refers to all Western games. A very useful term indeed. But that is it for this Japanese word of the week. Be sure to request me on Kameo, and have a good night, evening, morning, or day. Moshi mosh! This is the Japanese word of the week. This week's word is nigeru. Nigeru is a very useful Japanese word. You will use nigeru quite a lot in the Japanese language, since it is very common. Nigeru means to escape or to run away. This word has many different applications. For example, imagine this scenario. You are out late at night partying with your nakamas, and then an evil criminal shows up to rob you. At this moment you should value your nakamas' lives, and you scream, "Nigeru!" Of course this will only work in the US or other Western countries, and not in Japan, since Japanese people don't commit crimes. So you won't be robbed there. They always follow the law. And that is it for this Japanese word of the week. Be sure to request me on Kameo, and have a good night, evening, morning, or day. Mata ne! This is the Japanese word of the week. This week's word is itadakimasu. Itadakimasu is something that Japanese people say before they eat a meal. Itadakimasu! 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 It is a form of ritual to show how grateful you are for the meal that you've given, which is something that Westerners never do. They just start eating, being thankful to people like farmers who went through all this work just to get this meal just for you. Is something you should be grateful for. So from here on, I'm telling all you Westerners to start saying itadakimasu before every meal. It is a good first step for you to accept Japanese culture and to become more respectful. If we all do this, then maybe soon the rest of the Western world will become more Japanese. So remember, start saying itadakimasu. But that is it for this Japanese word of the week. Make sure to request me on Kameo, and have a good night, evening, morning, or day. Mata ne! This is the Japanese word of the week. This week's word is Tanjobi omedetou gozaimasu. Tanjobi omedetou gozaimasu means happy birthday. To me. That's right, today is your Seph-sama's birthday, and I am turning 38 years old. That is super sugoi. And to celebrate this occasion, I will be doing a birthday celebration live stream on my Twitch channel, SephirothSword57, and my YouTube channel, SephirothSword57 Plus, on Saturday 23rd of March at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Arigatou gozaimasu to all of you swordlings who have been supporting my content, and be sure to show up to this amazing celebration, and I will see you there. Have a good night, evening, morning, or day. Mata ne! This is the Japanese word of the week. This week's word is Onichan. Despite what the internet tells you, Onichan does not mean big brother. Onichan is a word that you can use to describe a man that is slightly older than you. They do not have to be a relative or blood related, but it is commonly used to refer to your older brother. But here's another example. Remember that one neighborhood guy from your childhood that was slightly older than you, and who you looked up to? That is someone you can refer to as Onichan. You can also use the word Onichan to refer to a young uncle or even an older male cousin. The word Onichan has a lot of uses. And so with that said, you can all call me Onichan as well. But that will be it for this Japanese word of the week. Remember to request me on Cameo. And have a good night, evening, morning, or day. Mata ne! This is the Japanese word of the week. This week's word is Rasengan! Rasengan means spiraling sphere or charge up powerful chakra. Rasengan is the iconic jutsu of Uzumaki Naruto from Naruto and SephirothSword57 from the SephirothSword57 show. Rasengan! This is a powerful jutsu with devastating power, but it also has a very important part in Japanese culture. By knowing the word Rasengan from the best manga and anime of all time, you can then say it to all the Japanese people you meet. By doing that, you will then show the Japanese your Japanese knowledge and how culturally enlightened you are. I suggest practicing saying Rasengan out loud in case you come in contact with a Japanese person, and you definitely need to should you find yourself in the streets of Japan. But that is it for this Japanese word of the week. Make sure to request me on Cameo. Mata ne! This is the Japanese word of the week. This week's word is komorebi. Komorebi means the feeling of being in a Japanese forest on a beautiful sunny Japanese summer day and seeing the beams of light shine through the Japanese trees' branches and leaves, leaving a wonderful majestic pattern of light and shadow on the Japanese forest floor. There is of course no word to describe this word in English, since English is not a cultured enough language. Most Westerners only live in big crowded cities and have probably never seen a real tree in their life. So this kind of wonderful concept is so foreign to them that it might as well be fiction. I feel bad for you Westerners who doesn't have a cool culture like Japan. But keep spreading the word about my content so that we can adapt to the superior culture of Japan when the Western civilization eventually falls. But that will be it for this Japanese word of the week. Be sure to request me on Cameo. Mata ne! This is the Japanese word of the week. This week's word is oppai. Oppai means breasts. I'm sure that you have heard or seen this word a lot in anime before. Not to be confused by the Japanese word shipai or the word shupai, and definitely not the word ippai. However, if you combine ippai with oppai, you can say ippai no oppai, which means a lot of breasts. Gomenasai, it's hard not to smile when you say this word. And it's okay because the word oppai is not a formal Japanese word. So do consider your surrounding while saying this word. It would be quite embarrassing if you said it accidentally in front of our Emperor Naruhito-sama. Just as an example. Although I'm sure Naruhito-sama would find oppai funny as well. He does seem to have quite a sense of humor. But that will be it for this Japanese word of the week. Be sure to request me on Cameo. Mata ne! This is the Japanese word of the week. This week's word is arigato. You would think that arigato means thank you, but that would be undermining its intention. It isn't just a simple thank you, but it's much deeper than that. A more cultural and accurate translation would be, from the bottom of my heart and soul, I thank you so very much. I am eternally grateful. This just shows how respectful and sugoi the Japanese really are. We in the West should strive to get on the same level of gratitude as the Japanese, so make sure to add arigato to your English vocabulary. And with that, I also have an announcement. You have all enjoyed learning Japanese words from me, your sensei, for a while now. But it is time for us to expand. Minasan, I am proud to announce that I am rebranding to the Japanese Lesson of the Week. I will now also cover Japanese history and culture, so look forward to the next episode. And be sure to request me on Cameo. Mata ne!